What is up? I would say, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if we have any ladies that watch anymore. So welcome.
I
If
don't
you
think
are
so.
out there, welcome.
I saw
We
a
welcome
statistic.
you.
There's like 1% women now. I can. It's probably my wife and yours. So that's probably. I don't know if your wife watches. My wife is probably the only percentage points.
My wife listens to all the podcasts.
Oh, mine did too. I did that. I know we're
My
kind of
wife does it. My wife makes fun of me for being on YouTube. So
My kids were looking for Bernstein Bears the other day on YouTube, and they saw like, is that Daddy? And so my wife put it on for like a couple seconds.
The YouTube short that I pushed out earlier today.
No, it was
There
just
was a-
they were searching through something and
Okay.
they saw like one of our live chats.
Dude, I
There
love.
was a short. I love the short from today, from like a couple hours ago or an hour and a half ago, because there's a part where it's like zoomed, like Cody's in the bottom right corner, and his tongue's kind of out. He's like laughing. Yeah. Yep.
I love
Never
the,
know.
I'll have to go
the
check
shorts.
that one out.
The shorts from the live chats are probably my favorite because like everybody starts to comment in and they're watching and like they know the jokes. So it's not like, oh, hey, here's a piece from my video. It's like, no, hey, look, there was me. Like that's my comment. I had that dumb thing to say.
Oh, I
Is
forgot
that
my
random,
water.
the shorts, or do y'all make those?
No, I make those.
Oh, okay.
you make them or AI makes them?
We tell them.
I tell AI to make it, so I
Yeah.
make it.
True. True.
We got tons of comments. A bunch of people were pre-gaming it.
Oh, hey, real
Got a
quick.
man dropping in some comments.
Can I jump in before you go? You can get some wizards, but then I got one.
Go.
Oh, I just want to say big thanks. I don't know if you guys got to watch it. My wife actually listened in and and I got to hear some of the end of it. But I got to go out and do the podcast with the Prepared Mindset guys. So it was the Prepared Mindset podcast. Got to go and join with them. It was super awesome. It was kind of crazy how much they really see a lot of the same YouTube world that we do, and it was just very similar. Like, yeah, me too. Like, yeah, this is stupid. Yeah. So if you didn't get a chance to go listen to that. We'll see if we can add that to the link down here, just so we can give them some love.
Yeah, I can do that easy.
Yeah. So, but then you were gonna try and get him to come out.
On the podcast.
Yeah.
Nick Jepson said, "My girlfriend watches with me. She asked like 20 minutes ago when you guys were on. Hi, Nick Jepson's girlfriend.
That's two females.
Yeah.
200% increase from last year.
She needs to subscribe.
Yeah.
Wizard Boogs. Yeah, it doesn't really count, Nick, but we appreciate it. We appreciate you trying.
Yeah, sure.
But hey, so Jason, were you gonna get the Prepared Mindset podcast guys on Everyday Man's Arsenal? Is that the plan?
Yeah, that was either here on the live or on the Everyman's Arsenal podcast.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Probably be easier on the podcast so we don't talk over you the whole time.
I don't mind.
Yeah, he just comes in for
I usually give them an option. Your favorite libertarian, who is on our podcast.
I know that dude way better now.
Hey, I know you.
Yeah, I know about kids homeschooling. I know why you're libertarian. I know that it goes. What did he say? He said God, family, and freedom.
I like
in that order. That can be weird when you're rooming together at SHOT Show.
It was, dude. That was actually a really good one. So thanks for being on Jason's Everyman Arsenal. That was a good one.
Yeah,
I was listening to it at work, and one of the younger guys, he's like 23, did a little bit of time in the military. Like, he didn't know it was you, Jason. I just had it playing while I'm installing that camera stuff. And he's like, man, that guy's spitting the truth. That's what he said. I said, do you know who this is? And he's like, no, I have no idea. I'm like, this is our channel. That's Jason and everyone's favorite libertarian. Yeah. In this case, my favorite libertarian. So it was cool.
And yours.
So I will say it was kind of ridiculous how many comments I had to remove. Not that he said anything wrong, but like the sheer number of comments from people that were, this person thinks different than me, therefore I don't like it. Like it was almost exactly those words in like a couple different comments. So I was like, cool, man, I'm gonna do you a favor. Bloop, there you go. I deleted that for you. But it was
what?
No, it was literally that. Like I don't like to listen to anyone who doesn't believe what I believe. Like there was something that was almost exactly like that. I was like, sweet, man, this making this easy for me. So it was just
love getting out the band hammer.
Yeah.
I didn't think he said anything against the grain either.
Oh,
so
no,
that's-
No,
was
he didn't. I mean,
It was just
some
the fact-
people don't believe in homeschooling or whatever,
No.
but they discussed that. Like
you know, I think it was
back in
because
our time, frowned upon, but now it's a viable option because of all the crap being taught in schools.
I
it's
think it
better
was
than public schools.
the idea that he wasn't like a staunch Republican or Democrat, like
Oh, yeah.
clearly one of those. It was like, hey, it's kind of this middle ground or kind of a different posture that just like set these people off, and they just like they needed to be as dumb as possible. So I just remedied.
Like, sorry, I don't jive to the same mantra as you.
Or we can all have different. mindsets,
Sorry,
and
we
we
don't
can
have
all-
the same title. That's how it is. We don't identify under the same title or banner.
Yeah. And that's what's so crazy is even our group, we don't identify under the same title and banner and how we think. But in a way, I think it keeps us all from getting too far to either direction also. To be like, yeah, we
Well,
check
I mean,
each other. And,
there's multiple times I want to punch you in the face, but
yeah, I mean,
you
that's
know.
part of it. That's part of the fun.
That is
And
part
like-
of the fun.
And viewers
That's
don't
when
know,
you
but we
find-
kind of had to have a ceasefire. Like, okay, we're just going to never talk politics because it's not worth the drama. So that's probably why, like, a little bit of history is why you don't hear
No,
that.
it's because Walsh secretly, if nobody know, he's an absolute a-hole on the side. If you've seen the meme, like you arguing with me on Pointless, I knew that I was wrong 10 minutes ago. I'm just trying to piss you off. That is Walsh, 110%.
I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say.
But how many
Silence is agreement.
how many group chats have we deleted? We're like,
3.
okay.
enough
3.
that we never talk about politics. Like, if someone brings it up, like
Yeah.
even me, I'll just see
There
something. I'll be like,
And there was times where I think the last one, like something like random. If you squint, it's kind of political, and I was like, nope, leaving this group.
Yep. Well, you got Walsh that purposely does that, and then you got literally the living embodiment of anger from that one Feelings movie in Cody. And
You were pointing
Inside
over here.
Out.
I knew you were talking about me.
Inside
I
Out.
know.
Here we go.
I know. I can't. My
I know.
camera frozen on my end, but
Duke of Tennessee
that way.
says, I watched after he's talking about the short that we did today because we talked about Gaston Glock passing away.
Oh,
I
yeah.
watched after the fact. Did not appreciate the Gaston Glock slander. Have you no decency?
Hold on. Duke of Tennessee is going to talk to us about integrity. Number one, that's hilarious.
Decency.
Decency.
Not
Well,
integrity.
sorry, not integrity. Decency, because his comments are always
English.
gems. That was my favorite. Number two, where were we? Were we mean? I don't remember.
I don't
No, we were
remember
talking
either.
about like,
No.
hey, they said the question was something like, hey, now that Gaston Glock died, do you think there's going to be innovation over there? Oh, that's kind of me.
And we were
I don't think
and we
it's
were
that
saying
cool.
that his 40-year-old wife was a billionaire. I mean,
Well,
that's the truth.
they're all factual things. I mean, it's a good
yeah,
question.
facts.
They haven't innovated in a long time. It's kind of like saying the same thing. If Leopold got new leadership, are we going to see optics made this century? I mean, maybe. I mean, I would hope so.
I mean, I still my favorite gun was made in 1911, or the patent was. So
Just a regular guy says, level 1 wizard merit badge here. Welcome.
Oh, now we got to make
Welcome.
one of those.
06.
the fact that you know that you're a level
Mhm.
1 and you're only a level
like
1 is impressive.
Yeah, you don't even know that.
Yeah, you don't even know you're a wizard yet at level 1.
It's not till 10 you realize how dumb you are. Like, I don't know anything.
Josh says, for SHOT Show, can you interview an ATF agent with a bump stock as a mic? If I had a bump
my
stock, I would
goodness.
100% do that.
I would.
If someone wants to send me one, I will not say where I got it from, but I will take it with me, and I will attach my DJI mic to the end of the bump stock, and I'd be like,
I don't know if you want to do that.
I remember I used to tell you guys, I used to walk around. I wanted to get a chain. Remember, but instead of having like a clock around it, have a pistol
bump
brace.
stock. Oh yeah.
Just have a pistol brace
No.
around my neck. So anytime, be like, well, anytime I need it, it's available. But it's it's with me.
Because does anybody know? I know we're joking, but does anybody know? I think it's only ruled in the Fifth Circuit right now, right?
I don't know.
The bump
Are we
stock
mean
one?
bump
Yeah.
stock or are we talking pistol stock?
We're talking
I
bump
think
stock.
it's
They
bump
said bump stocks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
So anywhere
Uh-oh.
outside the Fifth Circuit, I think is still considered a
I mean, is that how
fully
it works, though?
semi-automatic machine gun.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about it. It'd be like, oh, sorry, you were
We'll do
1 mile too far outside the zone, therefore it's illegal. Like, what?
Yeah, I mean that's
Listen,
how
country.
dumb it is. Yes,
Yeah.
no, that's how dumb it is.
Nick says his I can't remember. It's been too many comments. Wife or girlfriend, the female, ran to the store. Hopefully it's not far.
Yeah,
Because she
because
runs regularly, I guess.
now we have one. Now we went from
Maybe she
having
likes
2
running.
females to 0 because my wife's
Yeah.
probably busy doing anything
Yeah.
else.
Croak-
down there.
Croak's here.
She already gave up.
Wizard. Actually, if someone could help out, I'm curious. Oh, there is a look at this. Croak is testing Twitter chat, and it is working.
What?
Yay!
Look at that.
Nice.
Now,
Thanks.
congratulations. If you're over 60, you can also be part of our
Good job.
Right.
Or a very cranky individual. Like, those are the only people over.
Yeah, over 60 or incredibly cranky.
Yeah, like
Now you can join in.
William Ragsdale says, Walsh is my spirit animal. Your favorite libertarian says, I love that I upset people. So did Jesus. Ooh, they're really going to hate me now.
oh
Good
man,
one. I like that.
I like how they said Welsh are their spirit animals. So you're what, like I picture a badger in tidy whities smoking a cigarette and drinking a beer
With a bad
beer
back.
butt.
Yeah,
Yeah, with a beer belly. That's
I move like a rhinoceros.
So
12 Bravo says, the only innovation Glock will make is an external safety.
hey, so going back to the spirit animal. So my kids were talking to me today and they're like, Dad, what's your spirit animal? And I was like, I don't know. And my youngest daughter was like, you're like a wolf, like fast and sly. Like, no, Dad's kind of like clumsy and oafy, like a bear. And like my other kid chimes in, she's like, yeah, I watched this YouTube video, reminded me of you. There was this bear. There was this bear in somebody's yard, and he goes to jump the fence. And instead of jumping the fence, he just rips the whole fence down and falls on his back and then runs off. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like me.
The one that sounds more like you is the bear that's like scratching his back on a post and the wire breaks and whips around and smacks him in his balls.
Smacks him, smacks him in the nuts.
That's more Walsh.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Have you
But
ever
I see
seen
Walsh as a honey badger. I really
or
do. Like I see him as a honey badger. He don't give a crap.
That is true. Like, hey, you shouldn't
Honey
do that.
badger
Like,
don't
okay,
care.
cool. Going on anyway. Proceeding.
So this is funny. William Ragsdale said, "You're a wizard, Gary." No joke. For those of you that might be new, and if you're at SHOT Show, like Joe's going to witness this for the first time. Walsh will be editing at night, and randomly he'll say, "I'm a wizard," because he does something that's like super fancy editing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you will
It's
hear
actually
that.
pretty cool. Because I'm like, I'm a wizard, and then Jason will come and like, oh, you do something cool, and I'll play. He's like, dude, that's awesome. Like,
You are a wizard.
I'll be over hanging out with my favorite libertarian anyway. So.
Probably, yeah.
He changed his logo there. He said, celebrating 14 months of membership. Go Welsh, Jimothy saves.
Wow.
I'm gonna write that down.
That is a fancy little logo there.
Jimothy Saves? That's a pretty good one.
Doc Cipher, Sarah Winchester of Austria, corrected herself. Are you saying that you are Sarah Winchester?
Of Austria?
Or is that the wife?
Or is that Gaston?
Oh, yeah.
Is she related to
know,
Winchester?
You know his wife? Like,
yeah. And are you related to the Winchester? Because I need a new family, and I have an extensive Christmas list.
It's for next year.
Yes. Gives you a whole year.
So I was just making a comment that it is good to see, now that he's married, it is good to see Tactical Jawa come on here every so often and say hi. So I'm glad she let you out today, Jawa. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I will say big shout out to Jawa. I know we're going to see him at SHOT Show, but him and I have been playing a whole ton of Star Citizen. So if you got any gamers out there, anybody who wants to play with us, we've been getting on an awful lot. Usually we hook up on Discord and just set something up. So if you ever want to play with us, we're always doing something silly.
J-Dub says,
and we got to shout out our new
not be
friend
able to help
Andrew,
that.
right?
Oh, who's Andrew?
Oh, so we're at so another story time. So we're at the you had a comment. Sorry, we're gonna check. Sorry, you're asking about the effort.
Go for it.
So we're at the range. So me and Cody show up and we see.
Well, hold on, real quick. Cody left the house.
Yep,
he did.
Weird.
Yep, he did. Yeah, Cody was like, so I was like, "Hey, Cody, sorry, super late notice. I'm going to the range, testing out these two optics. Would love to have you come with me. I know, like it's way short notice." And then so like the next day, it's literally like 30 minutes before I'm gonna leave. He's like, "Hey, I just missed this. You want me to come over now?" I'm like, like right now? And he's like, yeah, like right now. So he just gets in the car and comes with like immediately. So we get to the range and we see a guy wearing a hoodie kind of like Joe's. And he had like we used to work on the E4 long ago, so he has like an E4 shirt. It is like the logo on his shirt. So we come up to him and we're like, oh hey man, used to work on the E4, and he's like, oh actually I used to maintain it. Like, oh we did too. And we kind of start talking about what jobs we were, and he looks at me and he's like, you look really familiar. And I was like, oh yeah, I was a first sergeant on base for a long period of time, so you may have seen me walking around. I just retired not too long ago. He's like, no, you look really familiar. Like I can't place it. And I was like, well, maybe you watch a lot of YouTube. And he was like his eyes lit up for just a second. He was like, wait, what's your channel? So we told him it was Thin Line Defense. He's like, no way, I watch you guys all the time. So we started laughing. It's like, oh yeah, it's like, here's Cody from the thing. He's like, oh yeah. So it was pretty interesting. We got to shoot. He had like an awesome long range 22. We were like taking that out. We tested all kinds of stuff. Shot Cody's SOCOM.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So
Cody leaving the house and shooting guns that he has never shot. It's like the groundhog seeing his shadow.
No, so he
prepare for another month of winter.
What's funny is Cody came to the car and I was like, "Are you bringing some guns too?" He's like, "I pretty much have to. I can't catch any more grief about not shooting these." Like, yeah, good call. Put him in the back. Put him in. It's a good call.
Good call.
Good call.
Surprised you had ammo for him.
Yeah, we're a little over time, but it's time for our YouTube recap.
Oh. I cheated during this, and I looked back at what we did last week.
You didn't remember? It was your 2023 video.
Wrap up. Dude, so many people got butthurt that my year favorites weren't not necessarily butthurt, but they were confused why like my favorites for the year were not necessarily like the number one on every one of the charts. I think like I picked like the Javlin carrier as like my favorite for that year. And I think it's just important to say that the ranking chart can be a little bit arbitrary, but I also try to look at things a little bit broader than myself of like, hey, this is somebody who's buying a carrier or buying gear or buying something, and they don't have a whole lot of experience. They don't want to buy a whole bunch of them. They don't necessarily need the best of the best. So that's kind of where the tier list is. Where like my favorites were like, man, I just really love this thing. If I was going to get one,
price is a factor in on where it falls in on the list, right?
Yeah.
But you're not factoring that in on what your favorite thing was of the year.
No, exactly. And that's kind of the thing that I think confused people. I guess I'm not like clearly distinct about that on the other chart where I try to play into every variable of like, am I really going to recommend an $800 carrier to someone? Like, no, like not really.
That'd be like me with the Prodigy. Like it wouldn't, if somebody was like, hey, should I carry this as an EDC? I'd say no. Still my favorite handgun.
It's your favorite gun, right? And in the same essence, you may, but it's also like,
it didn't even shoot. I mean, I had failure to fire the first time I took it out. It's still my favorite gun. Like,
yeah,
it's okay.
It's just a good example too, because then it's like, how long have you been shooting?
Heavy enough you could throw it at someone to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it was your favorite.
Have you shot yours yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had no failures on mine.
Did you have trouble with where to grip it?
No.
Oh, the grip zone usually helps me out. Knowing like,
right. I know, and they didn't put it on that one.
They didn't put it on that.
I was like, where do I hold this? Do I hold it from the barrel?
I can see his eyes rolling. Like, here we go. Here it comes.
Dude, I love making fun.
Very upset because how was it? Yeah.
Dude, just because it's not your favorite gun doesn't mean that I'm gonna like it any less. I'm not gonna get upset.
I still think it's weird that you had, what was it, like a 25% failure rate, and you were like, this thing jams all the time. It's constantly failing. I love it. It's my favorite.
Well, but he said that. He's like, I love how it shoots. He said that to us, though. He's like, I love how it shoots. I love how it feels.
But that's not what happened. So I put 150 rounds through it, and after 150 rounds, I kept having failure to go into batteries.
Oh, I can see Joe just like banging the back of the slide.
Yeah, I mean, you just barely touch it and it hit battery, and I'm like, well, this sucks, but I still love shooting it. Like, it's still an amazing gun to shoot.
You know what? You know what it's time for? Time to strengthen those ear muscles.
Yeah,
That
was the best.
He's like, that's it. I'm getting a drink. Like, you guys are turds.
Yeah, I am getting another drink.
We did 076 threw some wizards at us.
So
yeah, I love it. There were some people that were like, oh, clearly you're just posting stuff of folks that sponsored the channel.
yeah, I was like,
So-
but I didn't pick the gear that are the channel sponsors, so it's kind of a stupid comment.
Yeah, like we didn't get sponsored from them, but okay.
Okay, like I happened to pick whoever, and I think it's we were planning to do, just because we all got busy and it's the holidays and everything, to get more people's thoughts on it. Because what's interesting is my favorites and the honorable mention and the number ones with like Jason, I know, would probably flip on a lot of different things. Like he likes the
HRT
arc belt.
would be number one for me.
Yeah, like you like the arc belt better, and I know there's some other pouches. I think you do like the arc pouches, but like I think on a lot of that, the winner or the favorite and the honorable mention are really interchangeable. And even between our teams, there could be some others that show up. It's just not about.
Walsh 076 says Walsh is a horrible shill.
Well, so you're not allowed to have your own opinion, okay?
Yeah.
So from here on out, you need to do a poll on what the best plate carrier is, and you can only mention the one that gets the top spot.
I want to. So
you're not allowed to have an opinion.
I'm getting so many good shirt ideas. I need to just actually make these shirts and have a week where I don't do videos, just make shirts. I want a shirt where I'm holding something and it says, "This thing sucks," and it says Walsh is a horrible shill on the back.
Yeah. I want you to have one that says, what can it say? I don't have an opinion. My opinion is whatever they tell me it is in the comments.
Yeah.
Whatever it is in the comments.
Yeah. My opinion is whatever they tell me in the comments.
Just a regular guy says, got the MEPC after the Welsh review. I love that everyone is in on this name change.
Oh yeah, it's
Welsh,
my favorite.
yeah.
It's my favorite thing ever. Like it's one of those, like when people call you that, you try not to, like, you don't say anything or do anything because you hope it just goes away.
Yeah, if you ignore them, you're going back to like first grade. If you ignore them, they'll just leave you alone.
But if you say it bothers you, it'll never go away. Like that's how nicknames happen.
Yeah,
like,
you guys are about to see the honey badger. Just letting y'all know. Welsh will not put up with this.
Duke of Tennessee says, my man is over here drinking Mountain Dew with a straw through a hockey mask. Peak live stream.
No, it's not even Mountain Dew. It's whiskey. It's
whiskey Mountain Dew. But dude, okay, full disclosure, I stopped coming out, and I'm like, oh man, this one comes with a cool bag. It's made in Colorado. It looks really cool. The bottle looks really cool, right?
You're a butt coming on.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure this is, that really weird alcohol that they made in the Matrix.
In the Matrix? No.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it tastes like diesel and it tastes paint like turpentine or whatever in the very first Matrix. I'm pretty sure that this is what it tastes like.
Oh,
it's good. Even with Mountain Dew, this is terrible, dude. This is absolutely terrible with Mountain Dew. Never buy this.
It's the best. Yeah, because I love how it's with the straw though.
Yeah.
Well,
hey, what was your thoughts about
through the mask?
This was a bit of a head nod to Croak because he was like, I was kind of talking about like what people wanted to see, and he's like, I think Keyboard Warrior should make a comeback, and I think Sam Renditz, I'm getting his last name messed up, Resenditz.
Resenditz.
Yeah, whatever. He was like, you should have had every line that the Keyboard Warrior had read by the neighborhood kids, and I was like, dude, bravo. That was 100% a missed opportunity because that would have been amazing. There was even a comment about it, and I was like, people don't know this, but when that happens, I just find the neighborhood kids outside, and I just like, here, read this, and then I just record them reading it, and be like, all right, I gotta go back inside. I gotta sit.
I hope it's not that creepy. Like, hey guys, you want some candy?
It is.
Oh, it's like, no, it's usually like they're like, because the neighbor's military also like, hey, can I use your kid's voice for some video? Like, yeah, come over. Walsh needs you. Like, come over here, read this. Like, they're like reading it. Like, perfect.
You mind if they're on YouTube? We're not gonna pay them.
Speak it to this.
That's really terrible.
Says, my brother in Christ, I'm a Tennessean. My blood is 50-50 Mountain Dew and whiskey. You don't have to justify it.
Dude, yes. I got another whiskey Mountain Dew drinker. Like, you mix them first and then drink it? Please tell me you do.
I feel like Joe is kind of like Will Ferrell from The Other Guys, where the hot girls always hit on Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
why is Joe getting all of these fans?
Yeah, how? Why? Like,
Then I
why?
got to
Pissed
come back
off
to this old ball and chain. Dude, that's
Eva
Eva Mendes.
Gator wants his cat back.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's the funniest. Like so you guys don't hear about some of this, but in the behind the scenes, what we talk about, like where we would love for like TLD to end up. And in my mind, I'm like, man, I would love to get some land in Tennessee. So it's kind of funny that like the person who's most likely to be like shooting with us and hanging out on the channel is probably Duke of Tennessee. So
Yeah.
I think it's pretty funny. Like we can't
Dude,
show
I
him.
found that.
He don't want to hang
Remember,
out with you.
found
You're
that-
my friend now.
Yeah. I found that airport for sale in Tennessee. Remember that?
Yeah, that was awesome. It was too expensive, but yes, I do remember that.
It was very
awesome.
expensive.
Here you go, Walsh. Croak says, "Did you look at the label on the GPU I sent you?"
I didn't open it because I was going to send it back.
I bet you it said. Let me guess. It says, "Where's my Somo gear?"
No, it probably says Welsh on it. If I have looked carefully, I didn't look. I just opened it straight up. But it probably does says Welsh on it. Now that I think about it, I should go get it.
Josh, wow, Walsh, you didn't solidify my purchase because of your ranking system. YouTube commenters.
Yeah, that's how it is.
So
That's
that's funny. When we were on the Prepared Mindset podcast, I talked about that. I was like, an interesting thing I've learned is that, and I do it too, is that most people, you go and you start watching YouTube videos after you've already ordered something. So
Right.
it's like the
But
time
before you've received it.
before you've received it. Yeah, exactly. Like,
And they get all pissed and start bashing you for giving your opinion, or anybody bashing people for giving their opinion when they haven't even received it yet to see if it's worth the darn in the first place.
And if anybody says this, punch them in their mouth. But I did a lot of research. If anyone says that is like free reign for like a mouth punch. You're not allowed. That means you looked on Facebook for 10 minutes.
So Duke of Tennessee says, Evan Williams topped with Diet Dew. I'm curious if it's bottled in bond. Evan Williams, or if it's just regular Evan Williams. Because that was the bottle. I would buy a bottle in bond bottle. That's what I want to send to Joe. I was telling Joe, like, cheap whiskey, bottled in bond.
So
that's what I want to buy and send to Joe.
Joe, so I've been talking to Jason a bunch, and I'm like, he's been telling me, he's like, hey, just to relax and just to calm down and ease the mind. I've been listening to all these YouTube videos on bourbon, but Jason doesn't drink, right? So it'd be like me listening to skydive videos.
Right.
Like, here's how you skydive.
But he did a lot of research.
So now he's like dropping all these names, and we're all just looking at him like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. He doesn't even know what it tastes like.
So
to be fair,
well, no, I won't go down.
You know where you get that from?
Hey,
if you would have watched that video I posted in our live chat, you'd know where. To be fair, where that comes from.
I did see that.
I bet you people in our chat know where that's from.
Dude, this is the best live chat in a long time. This one,
I started watching that, and then I had to do something, so I had to close out of it to get it to shut up.
Good.
And then I couldn't, like, when I came back to it, it wouldn't play, and I couldn't fast forward, and I gave up.
That is one of the best shows. That's one of my That show is one of my favorite shows.
The show, yeah. Doc Cypher says, random question, chat. Leopold worth the money, or are there better, more reliable options for optics? I would.
Yes, and
I don't think I'd ever buy a Leopold.
I would.
Leopold.
You would buy a Leopold?
Mm-hmm.
Why? What? You like duplex reticles?
No, there's nothing bad about them. Besides, I mean, they're a little overpriced for me.
To me, they're just dated. Like if you wanted a 91 Civic for 2023 prices, that's what a Leopold to me is.
Who are you talking to? You're talking to the guy that wants the 91 Civic.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And if you didn't realize, I turned a new leaf. Dude, I went and bought an RMR, which I swore I would never do for that exact reason. And I bought one.
I will say this. Cody and I did go out, and this is what he came out with me and did, is we went out and we shot a $700 primary arms optic, which I don't think is cheap by any means. Like, that's not a cheap optic. That is probably high mid tier. That's a good tier of optic. $700 versus a $2,500 Zeiss optic. Okay, so we like, hey man, what do you get when you go like all the way up? Like you're in that like Leopold, ZCO space. You're way up there, and we hit every target with both scopes. So
I think
Shadow
they're
Man,
better
I don't-
optics for
I
the
don't wanna
money, but
ruin
if
it
you're
yet.
stuck on it,
Yeah,
if
Cody's
you're
like, I don't
stuck
wanna
on a Leopold, then go for it. And
Yeah,
I'll
you'll
say
go
the same
wrong.
thing about a Daniel Defense. Like a Daniel Defense isn't a bad gun. I just think they're a better option for the money.
Yeah.
Was that a super chat?
Yeah, super chat from
Yep.
Shadow Man says my ADHD is bad. I look at stuff for almost a year before I buy it.
No,
Dude,
no,
I'm
no.
the same way.
This guy is the worst because he
Yeah.
shows up with me. Cody, this is the best. He shows up with me, and it's like everything still has the tags on it. And he's like, "No, that's not fair, dude. You had a bag with the tag." I'm like, "I just got it for Christmas.
I've had mine forever. It's just
I literally just got this."
Cody was the first one to buy the Space Cowboy gun and the last one to shoot it.
yeah.
Oh, he did good though. Like I got some footage from him shooting that. It's actually pretty good. I
So
got it.
Yeah, it's good, huh, Cody? Those Henrys are good, huh?
Dude, that was so satisfying.
Dude, it's so much
I don't even
fun.
know. Yeah.
Out of the
William
box, they're so
Ramsdale
smooth.
says
But-
only buy Leupold when they do crack and make crazy stuff like the Devo. There was a Devo at my local ranch and supply store of all places. They wanted $2,000 for it,
Oof. So
and it is like the most innovative thing that they've done in 40 years.
yeah, and I'll say that. So yeah, Doc Cypher, to answer your question, I think you can get something of the same level, maybe even better to fit you better for half the price. But like Joe said, if you want a Leopold, they won't be bad. They're just not going to be. They may not be the most new age or innovative things. They're going to be the tried and true. I actually saw one the other day that had a nice actual ACSS style reticle that wasn't bad.
If it ain't
Murph
broke, don't
420
fix it.
Isn't the Devo hot garbage? I have heard that, but when
Is
I'm
it?
talking about innovation, like it is the most innovative, maybe total optic that I've seen in like 20 years.
Right.
It's
Oh, it looks horrible.
crazy. You know who did a review on it?
Opted, yeah.
Opted.
I will say we got a Leopold rangefinder, and I think that's where some of my like Leopold disdain
Hate?
came from, where it is probably one of the singular worst rangefinders.
Yeah. And then this is the difference. Walsh sent it to me.
And he loves it.
I don't have a rangefinder, so that
great.
one that I got for free works
That's
amazing.
great.
But what
Dude. It
if
works
you-
amazing.
But what
Like
if
I
you-
point it in a direction and I push a button.
So
It tells me how
you
far
pay
it is. And I'm like, this is
$400
awesome.
for that?
How much?
Would you pay?
But why?
Would you pay $600 for that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nope.
But that's why I don't have any. I
Would
don't
you-
really.
would
I
you
wouldn't really
pay
pay any.
that?
I squint and I go, that's about 150.
Exactly, but so the best part though is it has, and I mentioned this on the other podcast too, but it has his wind. It has wind calculation built in. So you're like,
Does
okay,
it?
that's interesting. How does it have wind calculation built into the rangefinder? You know, because it can take in your ballistics, it can tell you how many mils it's going to be, and then it tells you how much to adjust for wind for that distance. So you think to yourself, like, does it have like some sort of kestrel built in or something? Nope.
No, you have to put it into it, right?
Nope. Nope, not even. It just go ahead. It just puts in a predetermined 10-mile-an-hour wind.
Oh, so I don't
So-
use it as a ballistic calculator. I'll give you that. I mean,
Right. No one's going to do that, but it's like they sell it as like a TBRW. It adds in the wind calculation. It's like, okay, so I have to do math to take away your, like, it's just so dumb.
Yeah.
It's not a good
yeah.
fit.
Crow says Leupold makes a red dot that mounts to the rear sight dovetail. It's low profile, and the battery hangs over the backplate. That's very similar to the Devo, just on in a pistol format. What he's talking about. And Colin Noir, I think he said some really nice things about that.
But
Mm.
explain
red
to
dot.
me why.
Cody sounds like me. He's like me now. Like, but just hear me out, guys. Why?
I'm so
Because it's
confused by this
innovative,
thing.
dude.
Like, I don't
So-
know if I want that.
So we're over time for our.
Oh,
I never got verification from Walsh on this, so I hope we have a sponsor. I just went ahead and made an ad. For
Perfect.
this.
Yeah, we know who it is.
Grim Hunter Tactical Gear. Walsh. This is a video of his review of their pouches. I love their pouches. I have them in M81. I think the things that we have seen from Grim Hunter are awesome, from the Agilite K19 cummerbund adapter to their pouches that pretty much work. I don't know why it froze on me, but it works for any pistol magazine. Good pouches. Grim Hunter Tactical Gear. Sorry,
And
Grim Hunter Tactical Gear.
You
We didn't even have to screw them up on this.
yeah,
one.
you did that.
Uh-huh.
We just
This
sat
is
here quietly,
amazing.
just watched you.
All on my own.
Yeah.
We just watched them trip down the mountain. We didn't even try to help them.
No,
We were like,
no, we didn't. Like,
nah. But I didn't push you either, so it ain't my fault.
that
we
was
do-
the most quiet we've ever been backstage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I turned off the offstage feed, so I couldn't hear you guys.
You guys remember that
Even
time?
though-
Remember that time when Jason totally set me up and
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Way
Javlin,
better than
and
that.
I just knocked out of the park. And then this today when Jason comes up to bat and just whiffs it.
Strikes out. Yeah, that was a strikeout. That was satisfying because normally it doesn't happen with Jason. So
No, it doesn't.
that was,
No,
that
no,
was
but- Rapid mag pouches. They are fantastic. And yes,
Oh,
Jason,
I forgot to set this up too.
what did you do?
Uh,
Oh my goodness! Oh, it's
Yeah,
not even
we'll-
set up
we'll-
properly.
we'll
Well, no
fix this
worries.
up. We'll
While
fix
you're
this
setting
really
up the
quick.
basic stuff, I did verify they are 100% the sponsor of today's live chat. So thanks
good.
that's good.
for sponsoring tonight's live chat.
Thanks,
so
guys.
If you're looking for
Q&A
some quality
session.
gear, please go over there and get some stuff from them.
I'm out of it. 4 hours of sleep. I do want to say Croak has been talking about this. He's made multiple comments. I do need to share this. This is from the Discord. I can.
Yeah, how
That's real awesome.
okay. If you say that they are for sale and you haven't let me know that, Jason, I'm gonna be pissed.
So here's the problem, Joe. He said that in Discord.
Yeah, well, you don't even
Yeah.
communicate. It's like another planet for you, Joe. It's like telling us it's
Croak, he sent the photo, and I'm like, all right, everybody, shut up. Just tell me how I get one of these. That's what I said,
Yeah.
and he's like, I don't know. I don't think we
In
can.
Discord, he said, DM me. They're free.
Yeah.
DM him.
So DM. You got to DM him.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
I don't know how to do that.
I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think he said he's going to get us. He said he had a couple blems that we may be able to get from him that we can give out on the wheel. So just to have a whole bunch, we could just wheel away. And, oh, that'd be awesome.
But I don't want it
we'll
for
buy
free
one.
because you have time and effort into that. So
Whatever.
come
Yeah,
up with a monetary value and let me know.
Yeah, we can buy a bunch off you too, Croak. So if you haven't thought about that, get us give us a price for like a dozen, and then we'll print them out and just let me know what they cost, and we'll do them on the wheel. We'll give them all out.
And let me know your PayPal so I can just send you a PayPal, and then you have my address and everything.
Croak says sending about 20 to the channel. Yeah, him and I talk all the time, so we'll figure it out. I'll get him some good payment for that. But yeah, then we'll have some cool stuff to give away for everybody. But yeah, so he took the funny picture we did. If you guys were here last week, yeah, took the picture he did, the 3D one, the AI one. It made it a cutout.
That's one of my favorite AI pictures he's posted.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I want that.
No, it's really good. I want to put that on a patch. Like get that same exact one on.
I don't know why I'm clicking on the comment because we could read them. I love Josh. Best live chat of the year.
Dude, it's just like
That's
it's just giving.
That
grief.
is true.
It should be like
No, I mean that's true. That's
the giving
it
grief
is
live
yeah.
chat.
so far. I've always laughed whenever they do that with movies. They're like voted best movie of the year in March.
Yeah.
It's like,
The
really?
comments are so good. It's like
William-
it's not TLD
William
stream
likes
until someone almost gets doxxed live. Whoops. Did you hear it too?
12 Bravo says if they ever get past the 4+ month lead time for stuff, I'll get Grim Hunter stuff. Yeah, I hear you, man. I think they're
They're
I
working
don't know
hard.
if they hired someone or they're working on hiring a sewer, seamstress,
But
whatever
if you would have ordered
No.
4 months ago, you'd
Seamster?
have it right now.
Seamster.
And he knows, like, and I want you guys to know, Grim Hunter, like, I talked to him, and there are some of his frustrations. Like, he hates that he can't get quality workers to come work for him, and that, the people who want to buy stuff from him are the ones that suffer from that. But he's doing his absolute best, so he knows that too. He's working on it. So yeah, so we have much love to him. All right,
But definitely order some stuff and just whenever you get it, it'll be a surprise.
Yeah,
Oh,
you'll be
don't say
surprised.
that.
You'll forget all about it.
Yeah, and I'll say I've had a couple people who come, they've said they were pretty angry about the wait, and I was like, well, let me know. Maybe I can help you get your order, and I've helped them communicate with Chris to make sure everything is on track. And I was like, tell you what, man, let me know after the wait if those pouches, if I somehow sold you garbage
Crap.
and you wait all this
Yeah.
time for nothing.
Mhm.
Every single time, like Jason's gotten to read them, every single time they've come back and be like, all right, I gotta eat a little bit of crow here. those pouches are absolutely phenomenal. Like, I don't, the weight sucked, but now that I got them, like, these are wonderful. Even J Murph said that. I was like, these are killer. So I hear you. It stinks. He's working on it. If you want to go work at Grim Hunter and solve the problem, we will ship your ass there.
Really? I might go work there.
Yeah. Can you imagine Joe sewing?
Yo, could you imagine
sewing right across his knuckles?
Everyone's just mad. Like, it's
I'm actually pretty decent at sewing.
I know you are.
Yeah.
Not knitting. Not knitting. Right. But sewing, yes.
So, Q&A time. I do have some questions unless you guys want to.
What's funny, William Ragsdale was like, let me guess, you forgot about the questions again.
Let me guess, forgot question again. No, you jackwagon.
I almost said at the beginning, Jason, you better have question and 2A news on this one.
Croak just realized you can post URLs in Twitter. That's dangerous. So we got to be able to make sure we can moderate that. Thank God he probably can. Yeah. It's going to be like, no, I'm not even going to say it out loud because someone's going to do it. Never mind. Keep going. Don't give any ideas.
All right, so question number 1. This is something that I'm debating myself for my AK. Red dot or prism?
Mind if I start?
Yeah.
I will say normally I would say red dot only and only use a prism if you have to, because of if you have an astigmatism. Or glasses. If you have glasses, you should also use a prism. But I think with the primary arms prism, they're so interchangeable that I actually found that I liked the primary arms 1X prism over the similar ACSS, horseshoe, and dots. The prism actually worked a lot better and was easier to see and was easier to illuminate than the red dot was. So I thought that was super interesting because the glass was etched. I could lose full battery power and be like, oh, it doesn't matter. I have a fully working optic. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, and that's kind of my thought is the idea of having an etched reticle that even if the battery dies, I still have an optic. It's not just glass I'm looking through.
Yeah. So it's like a mini scope almost. So
excuse me.
I want one of those PA prisms.
Me too.
Or whatever.
I don't think this is the case with all prism, but the last 2 prism that I've looked through and shot through, it's not a true one zoom, like no zoom.
It's like 1.1.
It's actually it's actually negative, like 0.8.
Oh, okay.
Really? And trying to keep both eyes open, it completely messes with me. So unless I look through a prism that looks like looking through a red dot, I'll never buy one.
Yeah, and my 1X was just straight 1-to-1. And Daniel Bob says if you're going to magnify, use a red dot. I could not get a magnifier to work with a prism unless I used the adjustment to make it completely unusable without the magnifier. That wasn't the case for me, and I kind of went out of my way to show that I could do that when I did the 1X prism because I was curious if you could make it happen. And there was kind of this sweet spot I have to have you got to mess with both diopters, which can get really annoying. So it was like I
just did this like a month ago. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's doable. You can do it.
Yeah, but what happens is because you have to mess with you called it diopter or whatever on the actual prism. So then when you flip the magnifier, it finally clears up. You can finally see everything. But when you flip the magnifier out of the way, everything's so blurry through that optic now that you can't make anything out.
Because I made the diopter so that it worked just fine, and then I flipped the magnifier over and changed the diopter so that it lined up with everything as it was, so it was all not blurry. So I don't know, maybe I did some sort of magic sauce. I didn't have that problem, but it was a sweet spot. I had to get it like little more, little less, little more, little less.
I'm only a wizard level 5, so
no, that's it. 6 is
the problem.
That's prism alignment. 6 level 6.
So a couple there's kind of a funny interaction here in the comments. So Croak says SHTF prism never needs battery and doesn't get messed up by TISM. And then Harry says the scope negates autism.
Yes. If you suffer from low intelligence, use a prism.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, there'll be a short about that later. Great. It'll be like, guys, that's super insensitive. Like, yes, out of context it is. That's fantastic.
I like how the AI doesn't know that I'm here.
No, because I think
your face is covered.
He's looking for
Yeah.
if his mouth is moving, and it's like, well, that
Yep.
guy's mouth isn't
Yeah.
moving. He's just a robot.
So
Yeah.
if they ever try to find me with AI on YouTube, you're never gonna find me.
Oh,
So
Croak said,
just so you know, Joe, like my girls were like, Daddy and his friends, and that scary guy with the white face.
That's Uncle Joe. Don't talk about
Yeah.
Uncle Joe
No,
like
like,
that.
you know him, like you know who
Yeah.
that man is. Like, two
It's
good
funny.
comments in there though. Croak says hydraulic flip to center coming from antimatter. Could you imagine if it's like another little like hand job lever with like it just flips your magnifier in? Like, look at this, guys. It's only $1,000. Like, this is a gem.
Perfect. And
Look
all
how
it is
fast
a rod that crudely hits it and knocks it over.
Yeah, it's just like a old, it's like a hanger wire. It's like a hanger wire that just like bends and knocks itself around. Like, guys, this is innovation. This is innovation at its finest. It's like some $12.
Dude, that guy. So I don't know if you guys
Stop! You're
saw
being
my
a shield again.
Oh, sorry.
my on the antimatter video. The guy that owns the company, I guess, or like one of the designers, he commented several times, and he would respond to people's comments. Like someone would say something like, and I thought they were kind of like, someone else would be like, I disagree with you, and here's why, and they give like this huge thing, and then this guy would respond, he's like, those are all great points. And I finally replied, and I was like, I wonder which review is keeping Ben from Flux up at night. And then I did a giant emoji of the Jason mask.
It says ASCII Jason mask. It's like the whole screen. He never commented again after that.
Never commented again.
Hey, I like how they're blaming you guys for cutting
Such
me
a
out
duty
of the
head.
videos.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not doing it.
I think it's funny.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah,
like
I think
doing
I wouldn't put it past Jason.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Give
gonna-
man bear pig while you're out there. What?
Oh, I do want to say back to the previous question you had. Danielle Bob says also the 503G ACSS has the exact same deck height as the T2 Micro, so the Uniriser line up as expected instead of being an eighth off like other Holosuns. So I also use the 503G and a magnifier setup. I think we did a video. That's probably one of my favorite red dots if you're really going to do something that needs some range that's cheap and easy.
Duke of Tennessee says, in other news, I'm getting a small war band to go hunt the dog man this weekend. Y'all wish me luck. Dude, you and Rebels Raiders need to get
I
together.
don't know what that means, but good luck.
I don't even. That's so
I think,
hipster. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Isn't Dogman like a Wendigo, or it's like a Tennessee tall tail,
Oh,
Bigfoot?
Because William
Chupacabra?
Rankin says, "Get man bear pig while you're out there."
Man, bear,
Oh, I
pig,
know
live.
that one.
Man bear pig lives matter.
I know that one. That's actually a real one.
That's
I
actually
think
a
that's
real
what
one.
it is. I think it is.
That's a real thing.
that works.
I think I saw
All
that
right.
on Discovery Channel. No joke.
All right, this is the best live chat has ever
Yeah,
happened.
next
Let's keep
comment.
these questions going.
Best live chat of the year, everyone.
Yeah.
Question number 2: do stand your ground laws contribute to public safety, or do they escalate violence?
Oh, that's
Can
such
I go? Nobody talking. Can I go?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Dude, stand your ground means that I don't have to flee out the back of my house and let you take anything out of my house just because I have a back door to my house.
But
That's
you
the
have
dumbest shit ever.
But
Having to try to escape before I defend my family.
Mm-hmm.
It's the dumbest thing ever. Oh, so I have to run over here and hide in that closet, but my kids are still upstairs.
Right, but you have a functional brain, right? Like what about
I don't care. I don't care. Okay, so you're a moron in your own house. Why are they in your house? Why are they in your house with you?
No. I'm saying like there was one. I think there was one the other day. Someone like they turned around in somebody's driveway, and this guy just like opens fire on them.
That's not a stand your ground. That's not a standard. No, it's not.
Well,
he'll go to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a female that went lost and shot her with a shotgun.
Yeah.
That was months ago. Yeah, that murder, dude. There's difference between murder and stand your ground. Yeah. How about that 14-year-old kid that used dad's AR to defend mom? That's stand your ground.
Yeah.
I love this comment from Croak. He said, an armed society is a polite society, but that only works if the impolite know you'll stand your ground.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I was going to add,
preach.
I'll add to that what Croak says. So my favorite sign ever is that door was locked for your protection.
Mm,
I love that song.
that's a good one. And I think Joe's right. Like,
Cody loves it so much he's got 4 of them in his house.
We do have a sign right by the door. I won't read it on the live chat.
probably a gem then. I do agree with Joe though.
Like, Daddy, what does that say?
I think you should have legal protection to protect you in your own home. I even if there are adverse side effects from that, because I think this is one of those, like, I think the positive outweighs the negative. If there are even really all that many negatives, like, yeah, dumb people are going to do dumb things. People drink gasoline, but we're still going to keep gasoline around. And that's not a reason to get rid of it. So kind of the same thing. Like, it protects the people who are doing the right thing in the right situation. So yeah, I'm with you.
Trying to say that I have to do these steps before I can legally fire at somebody is ridiculous in my opinion.
Yeah.
And if the roles were reversed for the people making the laws, they wouldn't make them like that.
Yeah.
If they didn't live in the community that they live in, have the security that they have, they wouldn't be making those.
Yeah, that's like
and we might be maybe not confusing, but I think we're getting 2 different doctrines or 2 different legal definitions kind of mixed up. So you have stand your ground, which I take to apply like anywhere out in public, and then defending your home, which is usually referred to as castle doctrine, right? So
right, but a lot of stand your ground starts off, well, the example that I've read, right, starts off in the home. So
well, I guess it's a good example too. Like
in California, right, you have a duty to retreat. Correct or incorrect? I mean, I might be talking out of my hand, but you have a duty to retreat, right? Stand your ground in this case would be you don't have to retreat from your own home.
Yeah.
So I always start at the home and then move out from there. But I always, because in the outside, even if it's stand your ground, right? I don't want to get into all the legal stuff, but there are a whole bunch of things that you actually have to fulfill in order to use deadly force outside your home. Whether stand your ground apply or not, you have to show that your life or significant injury or life were in jeopardy for you or somebody else, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of stuff that you have to prove outside your home. Inside your home, you don't have to prove that with stand your ground laws.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
This is 076 says, "Who's that peeking in my window?" Pow! Nobody now.
I don't know why. Like, why was that question? It was like suck the life out of the best live chat on the year. Well, I guess it just started.
That's all Brother says, "Damn, best live of the year."
Yeah,
it's all my fault.
And part of it is I want there to be. My idea with the questions today.
No, it was a good one. I'm just kidding. Yeah,
was debate. Yeah, I want to get into a debate because we may not all agree on things, and especially on the legal side of the house. It's a tough one to talk about. And this next question is something that I've been thinking a lot about and I'll tell you guys as we get into it. But question number 3: are there any negatives to school administrators being armed?
I say my only concern, and this is my concern with school administrators being armed. I again am leaning more towards being way more comfortable with having that. It stinks that we would live in a society that may be required, but I think we're past that, and that's just what it is now. My concern is I don't know if my skill set is good enough to be able to discharge a firearm in close proximity to children, and being able to identify friend or foe, those things that you need to be well trained for. So what's the likelihood that some school administrator is going to be more trained and qualified than me? I think is pretty low. So you're right. It's all for the greater good. Like, hey, they stopped, hey, 3 kids got hurt. 1 was accidental instead of 20. Okay. Yeah. That stinks. But like that administrator is going to catch mad grief for that. Like, they should have just let them run rampant. Like, no, but that would be the burden on that. Like, that administrator would then forever have that hanging over them, that they were not going to remember that they saved 50. They're going to think that they took 1. And I've seen that as a first sergeant for a long time. Like, that's the piece they're going to remember. So I think that's a human piece that's hard with that. But that's
I guess looking at the comments, let me clarify. If the school administrator has training. And I'll let you. One of the school districts near me, they decided that there was a threat. Fortunately, it wasn't carried out like what we saw in was it Iowa? That was the recent shooting.
Mm-hmm. Des Moines
Um,
today.
okay, so what the school district decided was the school district and the sheriffs was, we're going to let the school districts decide, what do you guys want to do. So if you want the sheriff's department, we will give you a school resource officer. If you want, we will train you and you can give some administrators over. We will teach them how to handle firearms and then kind of give a blessing that they're good to go. Or you could do nothing and just kind of rely on local police to hopefully solve the problem. And there were schools in the district, because it was the individual schools were allowed to choose. They chose a whole number of things. Like some of them were like, yes, we will send some of our administrators through training. Others, yes, we will take a school resource officer. And there was others that were like, nope, we don't want guns in our school at all.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I'm on board with everything that you guys just said. There has to be training involved, especially kids are involved. And I don't think a lot of people that are like, okay, well, I'll do it so I can protect my students. I don't think they're going to get to the level that they should be at. I think even better, there's plenty of combat veterans that need a job or need a part-time job or whatever. That's the route that they need to go.
Yeah,
it's an easy
Hire
one.
3 combat veteran to walk the halls and give kids high fives. They would do it.
Dude, Prepper Book Club, arm the lunch ladies. They've seen some crap.
Right.
Like imagine
meatball launchers.
Imagine if like you go to get like extra meatballs and there's like a pistol that like taps your spoon away like
double-barreled shotgun.
Your favorite libertarian says, we homeschool. All of our teachers are armed.
Yep.
Dan,
there you go.
So here's a question from the chat. Danielle Bob says, how do I add suspenders to my belt? My pistol rig has evolved into a Batman utility belt. Don't judge me.
Easy.
Don't do that.
Gray Ghost Gear makes an inner belt that has loop lining, that has connections for their suspenders. I think they're called UGF suspenders. But if you want, I'm not a huge fan of their inner belt, because those little loops for you to hook in the suspenders makes it hard to feed through your belt loops. But it's a padded belt, so you don't really need to do that. But Gray Ghost Gear makes an inner belt that would work if you want suspenders.
I actually have a whole suspender setup too. That maybe we just.
I'm glad you answered that. I took that in just like a joke.
Yeah, well, I'm saying
I got it.
I have a whole belt suspender setup. I should probably just send to Danielle Bob and be like, "Here you go, Merry Christmas," because it never made
sense. Y'all laugh. I wore suspenders when I did protection because I had like radio and all that stuff on. I had tactical suspenders on.
Yeah, Croak says Viking Tactics makes a universal suspender setup.
Yeah, if you put in Viking, just immediately comes up Viking suspenders. Like, oh, that was the first pick.
I like Doc's suggestion.
What Doc say? Oh, bungee cords, yeah.
Bungee cords. Bungee cords and duct tape, can't go wrong.
It's like cargo straps, like the other side. There we go.
Like 10,000-pound ones.
These are going nowhere.
But then you got to flick it, like being a dad. You got to flick it and be like, "Yep, that'll ride."
Yeah, you have to. You check.
You have to. Or else it's all gonna fall apart.
You never know if you check it. Like, you just give it. All right. It's like twings, like a car.
Duke, Tennessee. I wore suspenders in Ranger School because I lost so much weight. Those things are badass. The old men were right all along. Doc Cypher, I have the Viking one. Use it when I'm doing med coverage and don't want to carry an aid bag. Oh, I like that idea. All right.
That's pretty smart.
I don't see any other comments.
We have Doc Cypher now?
Wasn't Doc Cypher the one that said there was some woman from Austria? It doesn't matter. Sorry.
Yeah, it was. Murph, I only wear suspenders when I don't have a belt on. Y'all are weird.
I've never owned a set of suspender in my life.
Who needs suspenders when you're wearing overalls?
That's what I'm talking about.
Very
Yeah.
true.
I should get a pair
Remember
of
as
overalls.
kids, man, that needs to come back. Remember when we would wear overall but not buckle them?
As kids,
So
Yes.
that the whole front flap when you're hanging down and your
Yeah.
back thing when you're hanging down, dragging.
Or you only had one side buckle. That was like
Yeah.
a phase for a while.
Yeah.
Or you,
Dude,
or
one
you
of my
couldn't get
buddies-
out of them when you.
Good.
I like Doc Cypher. You see what Doc Cypher said?
Oh, it was a
Walsh?
joke.
It was a joke. It failed.
Yeah, we don't have context, so it went right over our head. Like,
So
you're
I got it. I got it.
from Austria?
Go away.
Yeah.
My kids are knocking on
I
the
thought you were
door.
talking to Joe. I thought you were like,
Oh, yeah.
he was perfectly aimed at him. He's like, go away.
All right. We're at the hour mark now, folks. We have
For
our
real?
Dude,
yeah, man. Second Amendment news, 2A news.
Yes.
All right. So Joe said he hoped I don't have good news. This really applies to me here in Washington. So if you saw the video, Washington gun law sent out about what's kind of coming down the pipeline.
Pause for a second. We should just have him come in at the hour mark because we just quote all his
Oh
videos.
yeah, we
Dude,
did.
he makes the best videos.
He makes good.
I
It'd
should
be awesome
message him.
if he just comes on at the hour mark and just gives us a 15-minute brief. Like, thanks, man. Bye.
Yeah,
Well,
thanks, man.
he's here in Washington, so it's like 7:30 his time.
Dude,
Yeah,
I would
I'm gonna-
geek
I'll
out. He
message
wouldn't be
him.
able
I'll
to
see.
talk. I'd
Where's
be a fanboy. He wouldn't be able to
He's
talk.
probably going to be at SHOT Show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
probably.
Try to
You
find
should
him.
hit him up. Hit him up anyway.
Yeah, I'll
Or
hit him
I
up.
could just see him and give him a hug, and we could get shit kicked out of SHOT Show. So
Give him a
either
hug.
way.
I don't care if you.
What kind of hugs are
agree
you
with it.
giving?
Yeah.
Yeah, William Kirk.
Depends who it's for.
There's a lot of what's that?
He goes, "What kind of hugs are you?" What he said, "What kind of hugs are you giving?" He makes you get kicked out of places.
I went to school
I don't wanna talk about it.
investigate that type of stuff.
I don't
So
want to talk
just be
about it.
careful.
Yeah.
Lawyer.
Yeah. So, anyways, there's a lot of anti-gun laws that are in the Washington State Legislature that they're going to be pushing. Like some of them that are being quoted as like the putting small businesses out of business bill. One gun per 30 days. Oh man, I think there's an ammunition bill that Washington. None of it's good. It's all bad news on the Washington front. So I hope someone has some good news on the 2A front to share.
Mm-mm.
I have some good news. You can move to Nebraska and not worry about it.
Good.
There you go. Yeah.
Don't you have to have a card to buy a gun?
No,
No.
you have to have that's one that just went into effect starting January 1st. It doesn't matter what type of gun, lever action, bolt action, shotgun. It's a mandatory 10-day wait, and you need an extra like safety certificate class. So if anyone's listening that's in Washington State, do not pay for a safety class. Sporting Systems, I think they're in Vancouver, Washington. They have an online safety course that meets the state standards, 100% free. They'll give you a certificate. You could probably do it in the parking lot before you walk in to buy the gun.
Oh, that's
So it's free. There's places that are charging like, well, $50 class to get your Washington State certificate. No, don't pay any money in Washington State. Do the free one through Sporting Systems. I think I'm just going to wait until, fingers crossed, the law gets changed or I move.
I hate to say though, I hate the community in that too. Like how it's like, oh, okay, there's a new like 8-slide PowerPoint you need to watch and something you have to print out. That's there's a monetization opportunity to prey on people. Like why in your part of the community now you're gonna, these people already have to do an extra step, now they have to pay you an extra $50 also. Like I get it, but it's super frustrating. So it's not like these companies are these like, oh, we're 2A with you. Like then why is the 2A company charging me extra when they don't have to? They're going out of their way to make extra money off of this. So whatever.
This is good. Croak says, get Washington Gun Law to record an intro for the segment.
How cool would that be? Like now Now for some 2A news with the Thin Line Defense guys. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this is the coolest. And like every time Joe
You're
would
at
be like,
you're at the best shooting club in Washington right now. Standing out here outside.
yeah, like Joe can do the whole intro. That's awesome.
I'm just
I should
gonna
ask
dress
him,
up
like,
like
hey,
him.
man,
You gotta have
I
your
wonder
little skit. I'm just gonna dress up like him.
I would die for
with
that.
with the mask.
But with the mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and drinking whiskey from a straw with the mask. Like, what's funny is Joe's done this so long. At the beginning of the channel, he used to get annoyed, like how like he had to like turn off his camera and do stuff to drink from a straw through the mask. Now he's like a pro. Like he's done this for years
Yeah.
now. He always has the thumb through his eyeball, and he just
Yeah.
sticks, just drinks it regularly.
I'll be honest with you. It like wearing that mask sucks for an hour and a half.
I would have thought.
There's all kind of.
Someone who is as smart as you
Sweat
when it comes to like products would have improved that over the course of a couple years. Like would have
I
done.
can't
Why can't you?
because my brother gave this to me as a gift.
You
I'm
can
that type
improve
of person.
We can
No,
let you.
dude, any modification doesn't make it an authentic Ninja Turtle mask
Oh
anymore.
my god.
That's
Uh,
true.
I haven't painted it. I haven't nothing.
Michael Farley says, "What I'm hearing is stay away from Washington. Yeah, stay far away."
Absolutely.
Dude, there's a bunch of states doing that crap. How about Hawaii's? That
Hey,
went
we have
into
one-
effect, right?
Hawaii's?
I
What happened?
didn't know about that one.
Mhm. I think in Hawaii.
The
So what is it?
Oh yeah,
You have to take a certain course before you can own a gun, right?
yep.
But I think it's Hawaii. Maybe it's California. You have to take a certain course before you can own a gun. They implemented the law, but they have no certified trained instructor in the entire state.
Oh.
So there's just no more Second Amendment anymore.
So this is
That's a cool way to get around it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you have to take this class, but there's no instructor.
What's that saying? A right delayed, a right denied?
yeah.
Wow.
Robert first said, "Did you see what happened in Illinois after the first of the year?" So I don't know if you guys
Yep.
were following the registration. Jayfish,
Because of
who
Washington's gun law.
I believe is in Illinois. Anyways, he commented in Discord, Illinois State Police just released the final numbers. Out of the 2.4 million FOID card holders, only 29,000 registered something for a grand total of 1.3% compliance.
Yeah,
Nice.
but
Even
that's
if
if
only a
they don't know
quarter of
who
that-
all has it. Well, they didn't know who all has it. Now they do. Now they know
Right,
30,000 people that have
They
it.
say even if only a quarter of that total number had something to register, they did not crack 5%. If we go by the rule of 1/6 of the total number, they top out at 7.25%. No matter
That's
what
all
way you look at
Washington
it,
gun laws.
non-compliance.
Yeah, that's all Washington gun laws number, aren't they?
I don't know. I'm reading it from
Yeah,
Jayfish.
I'm getting you a wash. Does he sell T-shirts? I'm gonna get you one.
I'll wear it.
If he sells one, I'm gonna buy it.
I'll wear it. The armed attorney have kind of fallen off a little bit.
No, probably
Is
it
there?
probably just got stopped being suggested to you because you stopped clicking on them because you don't want to the Biden
No,
grabbing
dude.
the
No, he's
gun.
talking about armed attorneys, not armed scholar.
Oh,
Yeah, armed attorney.
oh yeah, you're right. I haven't seen them in a while. You're right.
I mean, they've been doing some video, but they're weird stuff. I'm like, man, this is where I come for my info. Like, come on.
Yeah, their videos are like, can you run a lawnmower on bourbon?
Dude,
legally,
it's
can
gotten
you
weird.
legally? No,
I
do
think
like
one
the
of them
law.
went like, "Do you have a duty to do CPR?" It's like you learn that in CPR class. Stop.
Okay, so I found the Washington gun law website, and I know it's him, but I'm trying to see. It's like hire me as an attorney. Like, bro, I just want some fanboy T-shirts. Like,
Yeah. How about a YouTube segment?
like gun
intro?
trust, gun safety. Like, schedule a consultation. Like, no. I want T-shirts.
12
He's
Bravo,
all serious.
They did what New Mexico did, so basically you can't buy guns now.
Oh.
Yeah.
076 Liberty talking about Illinois, good for them. Duke of Tennessee, Chicago has ruined that entire state.
I just think it's funny
Hey,
because then
did
it's
you
like,
guys go back and look at that story that I'm talking about last week? Did you guys go back and research it at all?
that was basically
With
like
that group in
another
New Mexico?
year. Which story? Sorry.
Oh yeah. So actually,
Where the group in New Mexico went around and
building like artwork using torn up guns.
Oh,
did an illegal transfer to them and then illegal modification / destruction to gun, and then gave them to children on school grounds.
So here, I don't know if you can see that, Joe.
Built the xylophone.
Yeah. That one on the left, that looks super destroyed, dude.
Yeah.
So, who was? I think it was Ironsight. Let me check. Yeah, Ironsight posted in Discord, and he says, "LOL, Joe was right. Just a whole ass AK used for a leg."
Like, imagine too, like, hey, should we cut this piece off? Like, nah, man, just glue that thing on there.
That has the perfect profile for a leg.
It's perfect. Like,
don't modify it anymore.
It's got a nice flat top. It goes down to a point. Put it exactly on there as is.
Yeah. That's funny, dude. So he breaks into your house, you just kick the leg off your table and start firing back.
How awesome would that be? Like, stupid kid xylophone.
Henry says, "Hey, loving the Agilite team patch. Let's go." I don't know if Walsh has all these.
No, I don't, and I don't know how you have them on. I don't.
That's a team patch right there. This is the 6-pack patch.
He got it. You didn't watch the video last year? He got it for helping them break down their stuff.
Blue is the law enforcement division, and this one's military division. They have a veterans one that I've been bugging them to send me before they send Walsh.
Any of them?
It's gonna happen.
I have the team one.
It's gonna happen. I got
the team one, like everybody else has. It's like, oh, who's gonna do a day one release of all their gear? Like, oh, it's probably me. Do I have any patches? No.
Nope.
Why? Why is that?
Because I'm probably telling them like, hey, send me. I'll make sure Walsh gets it.
Because nobody likes to pet a honey badger.
Nobody pets. No. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. I'm writing that down too. Nobody pets the honey badger. Nobody wants.
Robert first. Oregon's new law got the middle finger from their state court. I did hear that. So that's a huge win. That's for the man. Is Ironside here? Robert, can you? Is that for the magazine ban?
Yeah, I don't know
the whole name out loud.
I don't know what they had. J-Dub, I got a Zev patch.
I don't remember. I remember I had to go and talk to Christian. Like, hey, dude, I got this one. I got this one viewer who's like, he'll probably stalk me if I don't get him something from your booth.
Now you should do it justice because we didn't go see Christian once, nor did we go see him twice. We came and saw this guy like 4 or 5 times because he was always busy, and that's just how SHOT Show is. And you try to find time when they're open, and he did. Jason was like, we were on it, like, oh yeah, we got to go back by here and annoy Christian over at the Zev booth. Like, yep, let's go.
Hey, did you find that patch yet, Christian?
Yeah.
People wait, and finally he was like, hang on, let me check. I thought he came out with one. Didn't he like go into their?
I think
he was like, here, send them this, and I was like, cool, thanks.
Yeah.
By the way, I hate your products. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
But not.
Oh, okay. So Measure 114 is dead. Is that the Oregon one? I thought I heard. Yeah. I thought I heard.
That's
Grant
what
talking about that one. I don't know enough about it. I don't know.
Croak says Agilite is sneaky. They'll send you an email saying you can get a free patch, but you have to put it in your cart and pay shipping. So you buy more stuff to get free shipping.
To get free shipping on your free patch. Like, dang it.
Just got like 10 more cool points. That's awesome.
Doc Stafford, I've yet to put my Agilite patch on anything. If you should send it to me so Walsh doesn't get it.
Like, that's the funniest because Jason he'll tell the Agilite guys, they'll be like, hey, we're gonna send you guys a bunch of patches, and they'll be like, no worries, just send it to me, I'll make sure Walsh gets it. And then he won't, like, he'll just give it away. Like, if he had to, like, if he had 2 of all those, he would spin them all on the wheel instead of giving me one. I guarantee.
No, what's funny is I'll even tell Boaz, like our contact at Agilite, I'm like, hey, dude, can I get this patch? I'm going to make sure Walsh doesn't get it. And Boaz is like, absolutely. What address do you want me to send it
to? I love them enough that that's probably true. Like, it's not even a joke.
It's not a joke.
Hey, speaking of which, what are we doing for our leather patch?
I'm going to email him. I was going to make that a fact. I had a busy week. that it's going to be my to-do either Friday or this weekend. I'll get it done.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell him to take that, just basically do a drawing of a crocodile with a not a horse,
I mean, I say
saddle.
we steal
Can we do that
Croak's
one?
artwork.
We could do that
just
one.
do that one.
Like
That's an
all on
awesome. Would
board
do
for
a wizard riding Jimothy.
that. I thought you wanted just a Jimothy with a saddle with like a space cowboy going.
I mean, until Croak did that other one, yes, that is what I wanted.
Let's take the other one.
But now, what's his name? If not Gandalf, what is it?
Gundalf.
Gandalf. Yeah, Gandalf with Jimothy now.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
And so the question is, we could do a leather patch, or that one would probably be a really good PVC patch. So
I thought the leather patch were the like limited run stuff.
Oh, we can do both.
Yeah, and make it rectangle.
I want one that'll fit on my hat. Yeah.
Okay, rectangle. Jimothy, I'll get with Croak. He'll get me the art. We'll make it happen. I'm sure he's listening, and he's probably like, "Okay, got it." And he's probably messaging.
Big enough to go on your hat.
Yeah.
Don't make it so big, if not a cowboy hat.
I'm tracking. It'll be the right size.
Okay. Thank you.
Doc Tyler said, my CSM has a 100 burpee challenge if he sees a morale patch.
Oh.
And 12 Bravo says, Doc, that's not a challenge. That's a punishment.
No, I think it's probably what he's saying. Like,
100 burpees?
Yeah. 100 burpees. Morale patch.
Just from
Dude, no joke. True story. Not to go too far off the rail, but true story. I was wearing an infidel patch on my hat. Like, I'm active duty, I'm deployed, and I'm wearing an infidel patch. And the base commander saw it and took offense to it. And he's like, why are you wearing that? I'm like, why not? He's like, well, you're not. How do you know that? Well, do you know what it means? I'm like, yeah, godless. Well, you're not. How do you know that? And then that's where the conversation ended. I didn't have to do 100 burpees, though.
Yeah, no.
I don't get this. Robert first said, Brandon Herrera got roasted by anti-gunners on X for holding his little friend.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
I know who Brandon Herrera is. I know what.
Yeah. Oh, look, another Coloradoite. Justin Hensley says, in Colorado, we are supposed to have a 15-round capacity limit, but our sheriff flat out said, nah, that ain't constitutional, chief.
Are you in El Paso County? That sounds a lot like El Paso County to me.
Croak, which oh, I'm probably in the wrong chat.
Yeah, you're in the wrong chat, doofus.
Yeah, that's probably why.
No wonder Agilite doesn't send you patches.
I'm like, he's like, hey, post the last picture I put on Discord to see how it looks on a patch. Put Velcro on. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, which one? I'm in a different group. I'm in the wrong thing completely.
The William Ragsdale, Justin, I'm on the field all the time, jumping and stuff. I love their gear. Would love to give some actual good feedback. Hoping if I change over to a soft assignment, I'll look like a better tester.
I wouldn't say that. I would probably say that the feedback you give them is probably worth more value than like how many like rocks you run it over. So
yeah. But he's saying he wants to become a tester.
Yeah. Oh, he's not a tester now? Oh.
Not a tester.
Oh, Justin in Epso, El Paso County.
Sweet.
Let me.
So, yeah, boy. Zach Fett says Brandon Herrera was holding donut operator.
See, everyone's confused. Oh. Your favorite libertarian.
You don't know who donut operator is?
Oh, no.
I know who he is, but I don't get it. Like he was holding.
Oh.
He was holding him, apparently.
Why would that make people mad?
Donut operator is dating Heather Lynn, so
we also don't know who that is.
Yeah.
You should.
We're not weirdos.
Oh, bravo. Dang it, Walsh, you have one freaking job. Yeah, no wonder Agilent doesn't send you patches.
It's like the favorite part, like like everything is a little bit broken. Like how good are they? That's like bad. Like they're bad.
Yeah,
like the tech guy sucks. The stuff they do sucks. Like they're not good at really anything.
They're not great at shilling their sponsors.
They suck at shilling. It's like
the painter purposely makes a gun look beat up.
Like,
but
we
show up for every live chat.
Yeah, we are here.
You know why? Because we like you guys. Barely, but we do.
It's because I'm not cool enough to have friends in real life, so here I am.
Oh, William Magazine said, y'all can put in a good word, just saying.
No, we get whatever. Oh, I love Croak because he knows. Like he probably watched me skimming through Discord trying to find what he was talking about, and he goes, "DM'd you that picture, Walsh, so you don't have to look for it." Like, thanks, man, because you probably saw me
Struggling.
struggling to find it.
That bus was getting longer by the second.
Hey, Croak, send me the original also, so I can send whoever's doing the patch both pieces of artwork, and that way they can. They could probably use this one. Yeah, just send me both just in case. If you have the main, if you have the, it's in general. I'll find it. Yeah. Look at this Danielle Bob comment. Should I get the Spiritus butt pack for my super utility belt? It's a mere $185. Yeah, they sell some.
You know, if you really want like a butt pack, check out
that was a joke. That was a joke
for
too.
No,
it was a joke.
If you're looking at something for like an IFAC, check out the Faro Roll 1, I think is what it's called. It goes into your belt. It can go into your belt.
If you want to make a joke, you got to put LOL on the end of it or something for Jason.
Yeah, you got to. You have to.
But
it's not $185. It's like $80.
Hey, can you? Oh,
Murph 420. No one actually tests Agilite gear. Their marketing guy is just a genius.
Hey, can you? Actually, I can share it. Is this going to work? No, mind, I messed this up. Oh, I messed it up. Croak asked if I could share this for Joe's approval.
I can't see it. Zoom in.
Oh, yeah. Remember, you got to remember, Joe's looking at it from a phone.
I saw that one.
Yeah.
No, Jason sent that one. That's the one that I said I have to have that.
Yeah.
Let me know how I get one of these, and Jason never responded.
Approved.
Because you have to be in Discord.
How do I remove?
I am in Discord.
You have to be Discord.
Oh, well, he said just DM him. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, just because I'm in it, doesn't know I know how to work anything in it.
I just messaged him.
You just said I had to be a member of. I am.
Might as well not be there.
Oh my goodness. Hey, so how many? I need to share some more of the sneak peeks of this week's video. I know I'm kind of segueing us. Did you watch the end? Did you watch the end, Jason? When I with the magazine part?
No.
When it ran the credits, like when it ran like the office credits. I thought I sent it to you.
I don't think so.
Oh, if not,
yeah, you did.
If you guys make sure this week to stay to the end, like it is.
I love your intro when you were not this one, but I think it was the last week one when you were like putting your vest on and your orange Brownings hat, and you were like, "Man, Jason really stepped it up last week. I really had to step up my gear."
Yeah, we like step up my Gene and Roy game. And my favorite part is I don't know how many people got the Brownells ladder comment. Like for people that don't know.
Oh,
super chat.
Man, super chat. What is everyone's thoughts on belt kits like the Light Fighter rig from Nixie Works? No idea.
Oh yeah, this could be good.
I don't know.
Light Fighter kit from Nixie Works. I don't know.
Nixie Works. Shadowman, you don't have to pay us money for us to read your comments.
Read them.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious that you do it though. So if you want to continue, go for it.
Well, he's not married yet, but when he does, that well's going to dry up.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, this is
Danny. I do need suggestions for a full med kit to attach to the side molly panel of a Mystery Ranch 2DAP, 4 columns, 3 rows. Must hold a spare trauma kit and Wilderness Medical Ranger Green preferred. Thanks.
Grim Hunter.
That's a
Grim
lot.
Hunter, yeah.
That's the Grim Hunter one. The only one that's going to be that big. It's going to hold the 6x6, and it's going to be has like a flap that goes over it. That's the only one that's going to be that large.
Joe probably has one right there at his feet.
I think I have.
I'm getting it. This one.
Yeah, he said what? How big does it need to be? 4 by 3.
4 columns by 3 rows.
I think that's exactly what it is. Yeah, and show him the back of the flap.
Tear away.
It
looks like
look on the website.
3 columns.
Is it 3 by 3?
1, 2, 3. This is 3. 3 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically down.
Yeah, you could be good. Get that one. Get the Grim Hunter one. They actually updated it. I haven't done a video on it. You'll see it soon, but they updated that whole flap and 6x6 pouch. We're going to be showing that off soon.
Yeah. I think they fixed that it folds all the way open now, right? Instead of
Yeah.
3/4.
Yeah.
It's not really a complaint, but if I could change anything, that's what I would change about this.
They
and
did,
then
yeah.
Walsh said they already did. So
Yeah, it goes all the way down now, so it almost opens up completely. Yeah.
Mer 420. If you wear a belt kit, then you probably wear a smock. Then you're just a Euro goof, and I spit on you.
I don't even know what the belt kit is, but I like that comment.
Shadowman said, "It's my money, and I will use it now." And who donated the most last year?
That's you, man.
Screenshot that.
And he gets the first patch. Like, I think that's going to be the coolest part of like when we make this new like Gundalf and Jimothy patch. Like, it's basically funded by Shadowman, and he's gonna get the first one. So
hey, do you know what you need to do this time? So if we're doing limited runs and we didn't have it on the last patch, you need to number them.
I don't think that's an option, but I will. I will number them with
in your heart. I will number them in my heart.
I will just put like Walsh will craftily number each
There's
one of
paint marker on the back.
Yeah, he's like, why did you do this? Like, you guys want them numbered, so I just hit it with a crappy marker.
So you use pink paint marker?
Numbered by Walsh. Like, it's with nail polish. Like, numbered by Walsh. Like, dude, look at Croak. But
Duke of Tennessee said, "We're going full circle gear-wise. Soon GBRS is going to be selling Ellis gear, making carry handle AR-15s, and be like, look at our smart new stuff."
Oh, do the $2 super chat from Croak.
You want my $2?
$2.
I'm looking at this Nixie Works thing. I don't know. Let's get everybody's opinion on this before we end this. I'm not in love with it.
JG Whitworth.
Yeah, sure. Head of JG.
I'm always messing this up though. So okay. This is like a backpack thing. Oop, hold on.
You know, if you hold control and like scroll,
or is that suspenders?
Dude, what? It's like a.
What are we looking at?
It's like a body bag thing. Oh,
what?
But what did you look up? Why are we looking at this?
No. Someone asked us about this. This like
is this the belt kit?
Yeah, this Nixie Works belt kit thing. And it's just these are the worst photos of like a single item. It's just like all zoomed in. Show me a picture with it on. Oh, you don't get any. Sorry.
There you go, right there.
Oh, there we go. It's the butt pack. I don't.
That's not what I thought it was.
See the value in how much is this thing? I don't know. How
much is it?
$300.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you.
I don't even know what it's for.
I don't.
That would strain your lower back because it's gonna put all the weight way down there.
Get rid of that thing. We don't want to see that.
Justin Hensley says, "Any recommendations for an IFAK on a Blue Alpha belt? I've been running the AR-500 belt mount kit. So I have two setups. I have the Grim Hunter one that Joe just showed on one of my belts, and I have the Defense Mechanisms fast pouch. I really like the fast pouch, and it holds a basic trauma kit, so I can get my soft T wide in there, quick clot, chest seals, compact chest seals, and a small Israeli bandage."
What about the Wilder one? I really like that one too. I haven't played with it a bunch in a while.
I just never go anywhere where I'm going to get into a gunfight that doesn't have dirt.
What?
Just rub some dirt in it.
Just rub some dirt in it.
All right, and with that, and Doc Cypher did chime in and said, with the GP and magazines, it's $420. Like, I don't know what.
He says, "I'm a medic. I carry a frack ton of crap. Belt kits help with load bearing, more room for ACLS supplies in my case."
I get that, but like I would like in this situation for this pack, and it says this light fighter rig, I would probably get a better pack, like Mystery Ranch Rats pack, which those are super expensive. They're way more than that, but like you're gonna get a way better thing.
Please go there. Please be the person that says it this time.
What
would you get?
Probably like a Mystery Ranch like backpack. I would get a backpack.
Just get a backpack.
Because
that's the answer.
You're gonna want to take that off quickly and get the stuff out to give it to somebody.
The rats pack or something.
Yeah,
the one that opens up and it has the different compartments.
Mm-hmm.
It's like made as their medic.
Yeah. I use it as a range bag, but that's just me. Some crazy. Okay, so somebody wanted to hear about the Brownells. So most of you guys didn't know this joke. So sorry, we jumped ship when you guys we had a super chat. I want to hear about the Brownells ladder. So there was a funny video that Jason and I just just couldn't stop laughing about, where there's this guy come on. It's kind of where, you know, he was a Gene and Roy. He comes on there and he's like, let me show you guys, like, let's assume you're out at the range and you need to zero your pistol iron sights. Here's what you do. You just line everything up. Then all of a sudden, from the middle of nowhere, he just puts his pistol on like a ladder.
Well, not only that, like on a cushion that's on a ladder step.
It's like,
He's
hold
like,
up. Where did the ladder come from? Did you bring
Who
that?
takes a ladder to a gun range?
Did you bring that ladder with you for the purpose, along with some, like, it's just like every grandpa, like, why do you have this rolled piece of leather? Like, oh, that's for when I zero my pistols. It just made no sense. So then they're like showing like the best way to do it is to use this ladder. And I'm like, dude, that is the most epic thing ever. Yep. If you're zeroing your pistol sights, make sure to bring a ladder. Oh, it's good.
Tactical ladder coming soon from GBRS.
Yeah, $10,000 because of all of our R&D we put into it.
I saw a YouTube short from this. I think they're called the McFarlanes. It's like a father son, and there's a bed that's broken, and the son's like, if we only had a piece of wood that was like this long, and there was like a shape, and the dad was like, ah, and he like runs to the garage, and he has that in his wood bin. He pulls it out, and he comes back in, and him and his son were like, vindication.
Yes. Dude, it was a funny one. I did Strike Industries. It was on Instagram. They showed like the iterations that they went through. We're out of time, but they had like a hand stop, and it showed like it was like a basic thing. Then they made it more fancy, and they did a different iteration. And I chimed in. I was like, "Hey, if this was a GBS item, they would have charged you $200 per revision. That's like a $900 hand stop right there." they enjoyed that.
Doc Cypher says ladder, pistol, range. Yep, sounds like you want to see the inside of a coffin. Prepper Book Club, ladders, OG, Your Favorite Libertarian, no way. Yep.
Yeah, it was. You could go find it. It's still on there. I'm sure it's still on there. They always have some ridiculous gem on there.
Yeah. All right. So we are out of time. Let's go around the room. Any last words before we close out from the group?
Nope. I'm working.
Hosea.
Working a video. It may not be for everybody. I'm kind of just comparing higher end like ambi setups this weekend. I know most people don't necessarily worry about that, but it's just kind of a lot of what we're getting into. Like what happens when you compare some lower end stuff to higher end stuff. The higher end stuff statistically hasn't been doing better for us, which I think is very interesting. But I think it's just cool to share what we're doing and our experiences. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I have gear out the wazoo that I need to do tons of videos for you guys for.
Gary Dixon. I own 3 Agilite plate carriers because of this Mama's videos. Welcome, Gary. Haven't seen you comment before.
Yeah.
You came just in time for us to wrap it up.
Hold on, because of this Mama video?
Yeah, Mama. So appreciate everyone being here. As always, we are Thin Line Defense, your favorite Thursday night live chat channel.
At 8:30 Central Time.
8:30 Central. We will catch you guys next Thursday. Adios.
Let's see if we can do this.